This is free colonization. I just achieved the independence victory and I have the 100 colonies. Now let's see and check these colonies. There is the ocean, one of the first colonies when we arrived at the New World. It is a food town, producing a lot of clothes. Next is the sugar town, the first sugar production and the rum production. It is not producing a lot. Then we have the cotton town, producing cotton and furs. They usually do that both. Actually, furs can be produced everywhere where we have forests. Then we have the town of Dry Dock. That is a shipbuilding town. It has ore and blacksmith. Then is the town of Tupi. That was the former Tupi capital location. The town of Dres is producing tobacco and furs. Why is it called that? Well, at first he produced other things. Then we go to Colts. And this is my Colts town, producing 48 colts per turn. We can do better, but this will be for my next level. The town of Game, producing furs and clothes. Then we're going to town of Smoke, one of my cigar towns. There are 2 tobacco specialists making 48 cigars. The town of Tools, where a lot of tools were distributed. The town of Arms, where we begin production of weapons. And the town of Woe and town of Rao, hidden in the mountains, leads to the second part of the empire, near the bar. The bar town was a distribution town. Plenty of all production resources are stored here. We have the pipe town, which produced cigars with 1 tobacco resource, 22 tobacco, and the leaf. This town is built on a resource. It's the leaf town. The river town, producing clothes and a lot of ore. The clothes town, there is university for training people. We have the town called Inca, which indicates the border with the Inca Native Americans, right here. And we left their lands untouched, but they still don't like us. Then we're going up to the main part of the continent with the town of Woods. There were plenty of woods around. We have 2 woodcutters and 2 fur makers. Like we know, it is best to leave the terrain that produce the most digit of resource. When the prices are dumped at 1 gold, it is most profitable. Then is the town of Savannah. Yes, first, a lot of these towns do not have producing specialists. And we go to the town of Oasis. Cigars are made here with 1 tobacco. Alright, now we will check the 3 towns, Ori, Oro and Or. They are mountain towns. A lot of weapons and tools are produced here. And Or. Alright, but the main towns on this part are, which with these ships are connected to the main, is the town of Dock. It is again a food town. The town of Silver was the first silver town. There was a silver resource there, but they my people exhausted it. The town of gold also had a silver. This silver is still intact in the town of bronze, and no one is producing it, is collecting it. There is the town of bridge, and we finish with this part. Now with the second shipyard, we going to the color part. Right, so we have here the town of green producing a lot of cigars, the town of brown for coats and furs and coats. The town of blue is with a lot, actually this is my, no, I have better town with 2 sugar resources, but this is fine. A lot of alcohol is produced here. So only adults can participate. Alright, the town of white is with 2 cotton resources. That should be a lot of cotton producing here. Let's check. This is 50 cotton. Next time I will make more. And we have the Hampton. These are former English towns. Then they became Russian towns when the English lost the European War. I have a video about this. The Goof is, well, it is a new town. A lot of elder statesmen. The Cove is another former English town, and James Fort with a lot of free colonists that we took when we purchased this town. And there are 3 towns that should be taken later. Now we go back to the next part of the map with the supply town. This was a very important town again for resupplying and covering the towns of Watcher. They were Native Americans here. The town of Lake, built near this lovely lake where we have a fisherman with 17 fishes. I think this is the best, the most I have seen. I have to write the town of minerals, producing plenty of stuff. Okay, then we have this town of pit in the mountains, the grass hill, and the gold stream, and the town of Rum that was and is yet a rum production town. Now we have a few towns named after beautiful ladies. That should be Milenka, the Maya town, the Valka town, and Chris town. Actually, this town can produce everything. We produce coats, clothes, tools, rum, guns, and cigars. We have everything here, and the food is on the line. And the town of Poli. Then we go to the town of El Dorado. This is where I collect the natives that are coming from the missions in the Native American towns. Okay, so this part is with the bazaar, is the next distribution point. If we were at peace with the green, the town of jungle, there were jungles here before the colonists came with their shovels and pickaxes. Okay, the town of Silk Road, of Silk and Road. These 2 towns, to the town of Portal, are connecting the western part of the empire. We have one radar town, just to check and get the free lands. The town of Fort. Yep, this is a lot of ore. We have the town of Apache, which is between these 2 settlements. he will not make peace soon. And these three, Eiffel, France, and Liberty, will actually still mark the border with France. Actually, and here a little to the north, we have a place where the three nations meet. This is the Netherlands, the Russians, and France. But we will get there. Let's check these sugar towns. These all are sugar towns. But of course, I don't have specialists. With dump prices, I do not need the specialists. And actually, here, there, the town of Apache has two sugar resources. If actually, I'm making only almost 50 sugar. The town of Highway and the town of Link that go to up. Now here we have the far town, one of the last towns that the king hold. The middle and the east town, it's a fish town. Alright, okay, we check that. This town of Horizon is pretty new, and the town of Solitude. I cannot have a lot of units here, it is only one farmer. And we are going to the Russian front with the town of Belarus. That should be an arms town, the town of Russians, which is actually with the border. If I place a unit here, I can close this path. Also, this town allows the ships to go in this Great River here and sail it if it's needed. Okay, it is a specialist production town. We planned to lose it if there was a war with the Russians, but there is not for now. Then with the town of Ukraine should be a military town producing a lot of these armies. The town of Azer, the Azers, and the town of Georgia. Then we have the town of Danube and the town of Cherokee. It's a colony, yes, which marks the border with the Cherokees. Only the Cherokees still like me. And the Sioux. These two. Hello, Cherokees and Sioux. You are awesome. And we have the town of Gathering, which marks the point where we all meet. And that should be all. Wait, finally, we check the hidden control colonies with the La Manche, the Palace town. We have the bunker town. Every commander should have a bunker. And the garden town. We have one tower town that was traded in the Georges, former English town, and Albany. It's a new town, I will have to develop it soon. Around the palace we have the Sugarwood town. There is a room maker, and the Orwood town. Right, and this is pretty much the whole of my humble empire. Commander Og